shorter than Shaquille O'Neal. And Shaquille O'Neal is a shade under 7'2". He's like 7'1" and a little more, you know. And he towers. He's 3 or 4 inches taller than Big Show. But nonetheless, he's a big, big dude. So he gets up on the rope, starts bouncing up and down. The middle rope collapses. He falls to the ground looking like a buffoon. Lays there like he's hurt, you know, trying to play it off like it's part of the match. John Cena barely gets out of the way and avoids truly being crushed because of how fast Big Show's mass came running to the ground. And then he goes through and does his, you know, whole John Cena finishing move and ends the match that way. It's always fun, though, to see in wrestling events when things go wrong. Not when people get truly hurt or die. Those aren't necessarily fun to see in the, like, pleasant way. But in the real way, it is interesting to see when the pre-planned event doesn't go the way they pre-planned it. All the teams and players today that are continuing to join in the Kaepernick situation. The Seahawks linked arms, the Chiefs linked arms. Marcus Peter, he raised the fist while his arm were linked. A lot of people associate the fist with just black power, and really it's not just black power, it's power to the people. It's power to everybody. They used it a lot in the Black Power movement because they were trying to get power to their movement. It makes sense. Dolphins players sat down. We had college volleyball players this week kneeling. It's something we all need to open our eyes to. You may not like the protest, but you're not supposed to like the protest. Okay? Understand the protest. Understand the point. And let's all get on board with this. Let's not just be mad that they're taking a knee at what is we've all been brainwashed and bred and groomed to think is holier than thou from a little age when we have to do the Pledge of Allegiance and one nation under God, and it's disrespectful if you don't stand. This is the land of the free. You have a choice. It's not disrespectful. It's disrespectful if you talk through it. It's disrespectful if you mock it. It's disrespectful if you use it in a way to disrespect people that like it. It is not disrespectful to protest during it. And I will continue to say that, and I will continue to support every athlete and every individual who gets on board. And they're not just protesting it by putting a knee down. They're putting their money where their mouth is. Kaepernick's putting up $1 million. The 49ers are matching that $1 million. The Packers and Mike McCarthy are putting up $100,000 each. These guys are putting up money to community efforts to try and bridge the gap, to try and do something about the social injustice that's going on and the gap of trust and belief of what that badge is supposed to mean of protect and serve. Because I do not feel protected and I do not feel like I'm being served, and I'm a white man. Now, if I'm white and I think this, imagine, or I can imagine, only imagine, what it would be like if I was one of my buddies growing up, who every time we walked into a store, eyes went on us like we were going to do something. If I was one of my buddies growing up, or my older sister growing up, and people were saying rude and nasty names to them. I can only imagine, as a white guy, what that would be like. So good job to everybody out there who's supporting the cause. Continue to support the cause. Let's make some change. Let's end all of this nonsense. And let's just be real and be people. Can we? Please? Please? All right, last thing we'll get to today. Let's go through the new college football rankings as they have come out. We're going to go through the AP Top 25. Coaches' polls sometimes differs, but, you know, the AP is the one that most people really look at for the rankings at this point in the year until the BCS rankings come out. Alabama holds on to the top spot. Florida State moves up to the second spot. Ohio State moves up to 3. Michigan up to 4. Clemson drops from 2 to 5. Houston holds in at 6. Stanford stays at 7 as they didn't play this weekend. Washington holds out at 8, which that surprised me. Until I checked this, I wasn't aware that Washington was in the top 10. But, nod to the Pac-12 for having another team in there. Wisconsin's holding the 9th spot as they move up from 10 with their victory this weekend, going 2-0. Louisville, they're putting up big, big numbers. They've moved up from 13 into the top 10. Texas holds steady at 11. Michigan State at 12. Iowa with a big jump, moving up from 16 to 13. Oklahoma holding steady at 14. Tennessee moved up 2 spots to 15. Georgia dropped 7 points with their performance against Nicholls. Even though they pulled it out, they were playing Nicholls. The biggest thing going on for Nicholls is Ronald Ollie from Last Chance U at EMCC moving over to Nicholls this season. And he had a nice game. 4 stops, 2 solo tackles. But Georgia, nonetheless, you should have done better than that. You dropped 7 spots down to 16. Texas A&M, you move up from 20 to 17. Notre Dame and Ole Miss stay solid at 18 and 19. LSU moves up 1 spot to number 20. Baylor moves up 2 spots to 21. Oregon's up 2 spots to 22. And rounding out your top 25 in order is Florida, Arkansas, and Miami. College football's having a great season. CU's averaging, 50 points a game right now. They got a game coming up against Michigan, who's also putting up over 50 points a game. So it's going to be exciting. I can't wait for week 3. Can't wait to talk about week 3 coming up on Saturday with Chris Rupert from the Dirt Cannon. We'll have Jeremy Cunningham on from the Dirt Cannon on Wednesday's show. We'll do some lineup changes. And with the injuries that we had today, that could change some things. So we'll have to see what the boys have to say from the Dirt Cannon this week. And you know what? That's all I got to talk about today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy tonight's game. They're singing the national anthem now. It's going to be a good one. And check out the Facebook page, Real Deal Sports Talk with KP. Follow us on Twitter, Real Deal KVP. There's a couple Patriots there putting their fists in the air. Respect. And, go get the app. Get the app so you can listen to the show, so you can take the show with us, so you can chat with us. Sign up on Speaker Radio. Follow us there. You're able to communicate with us through the show that way as well. I look forward to hearing from you guys. And until next time, everybody, you know how we do. Just be real. Get it.